Hi and welcome to a short Christmas special here on Hobby World. My wife really loves Lord of the Rings and I know she's been wanting some art she can hang on the wall above her computer. After a bit of searching on Thingiverse I found this great model, but it needs a bit of remixing so I can install some lights in it. So please stay on the channel and see how this project turns out.
I have found a silhouette of Lord of the Rings on Thingiverse, which I really like, and now I want to create an enclosure for it, because I want my lights to be installed inside a box that has a piece of frosted plexiglass on the front and then the silhouette completely in front, so the light will glow through the frosted plexiglass and being diffused, and then it will come out through the silhouette part. I also want to have a battery compartment so I can store a battery inside this piece of wall art so it won't be visible. And I ended up with this design.
My CR10 Max here is printing on the piece I found on Thingiverse. I am going to use this as the front for my wife's Christmas gift. This is a silhouette of Lord of the Rings, where we see the party walking here, a tree, and then Lord of the Rings and a small room. It's just looking really nice. And this is being printed on my huge CR10 Max printer, which is actually a very large machine. So this is a large print. It's almost all of the build surface. So it's going to be a really neat item when it's complete. When the printer has finished printing this, I'm going to cut out a piece of plexiglass and frosting the surface so it isn't transparent or completely transparent. It will diffuse the light. Mount it behind this. Create a box for the entire stuff that we built, and then add lights inside the box. So this will have a very nice warm light glowing out from behind, so you can see the entire silhouette backlit. I have finished printing the silhouette for the Lord of the Rings front, and if we take a look at the front here, you can see there are some imperfections, which I am pretty unhappy about, because I wanted this piece to be very clean on the front, and then I didn't care that much about the back. And if we take a look at the back here, that actually looks quite nice, and that's because this was against the print bed, so it got a nice finish, and the front that the printer had to finish didn't get as nice a finish. So in hindsight, I shouldn't have turned this around before printing it. But now I'm going to fix up the problem. I'm going to sand this down. I have moved out here in my workshop to cut a piece of plexiglass that can serve as a background for this front. And this needs to be cut to the correct size, and that would be approximately the same size as this piece. And after that I need to sand it down so it gets this kind of frosty look that will diffuse the light when it's trying to pass through it. And this is actually a pretty straightforward task. I'm going to cut it using a circular saw with some fine teeth that is excellent for cutting in plexiglass. And after that I am simply going to sand it down. That's it, the perfect background for backlighting this silhouette of Lord of the Rings. All of the parts for the Lord of the Rings silhouette is ready now. We have the background here, we have the front, I have the box itself, and then I have the back cover for the box. I spray painted it white to give it a bit more reflection so it could cast off the light from the LED strip easily. So now I need to assemble all of these parts. Just the front, this one, and the plexiglass that has been frosted in the box. Then I'm going to install all of the LEDs, and then I can attach the back plate and insert the small drawer I've made for the battery pack. So this should be fairly easy, unless of course this beast over here decides to join in and sabotage my entire project. This is my cat, this is Sellers, He is a very, very sweet cat who's probably going to attack me in a while. Yeah, just as usual. He is very sweet, but he's also kind of playful and very aggressive. So, and he has really sharp claws and teeth. So, but I just love this cat. He's great. Taught him everything I know. Yeah, enough of that. Going to put this stuff together. Just going to leave this to dry for half an hour or so. Then I'll come back to it and attach the LED strip inside the box. I am almost finished with the project. I have attached the front with the box and the frosted plexiglass is inserted. I have installed the LED lights here and the small drawer with the battery compartment is ready. I have also spray painted the backside with a chrome spray to give as much reflection or cast as much light back as possible. So now I only need to attach this one to this one, which will just require a lot of glue and some clamps to keep it in place while it dries. Well, that actually went beyond expectations. It went really well. The final result was very clean and smooth. So I have no complaints here. Unfortunately, I actually did make a couple of mistakes. One of them is that the wall art isn't quite weight measured. The weight isn't distributed correctly, so it tends to fall tip down to one of the sides, the side with the battery. So I should probably have made it so the battery compartment was placed in the middle. So that's definitely something I'm going to fix for another time. And another flaw with the design I made was that the drawer is turned the wrong way. It's actually pretty difficult getting to it without removing the wall art from the wall, and the idea was that it should be very easy just drawing out the drawer, taking out the drawer, and then turning on the lights and then putting it back in, and that isn't the case. So sometimes we learn something, and I learned a bit making this project. But I still think that the result was really great, and I hope that it will be a great present for the wife. I also hope that you have learned something, or that this video has inspired you. So if you have enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like. Add some feedback, a comment, questions, everything's allowed. So just write it down in the comment field below. And thank you all for watching, and I am looking forward to seeing you all next time. This is one of my Christmas gifts for the wife this year. This is a Lord of the Rings themed silhouette. This is meant to be hanged on a wall, and as you can see, it is backlit. I found the initial design of the silhouette on Thingiverse, and then I created a box in a 3D program and added LED strips and a battery compartment. So everything is nice and neatly located inside this box, so it is easy to hang on a wall. So I think this turned out really nice, and I hope she's going to be happy about it.